My name is Alberto Richeth. I'm with White House Global Properties. Work deals from like the $50,000 all the way up to the $1 million. And recently, commercial as well.
Hi, my name is Patrick. I am the business representative for Patten Title Memorial Office, and I cover the Memorial area in general, but work everywhere in the Houston area.
I am Juliana. I am branch manager and escrow officer for Patten Title Memorial.
You know, I got the email and I started thinking, like, who do I want to nominate? And Alberto is the first client that comes to my mind because of how connected he is and how active he is on social media. And he also really likes to promote us as Patten Title. So this is just a small thank you, or just a small thing that we can do in return for him promoting us and really pushing out the service that we offer to him and spreading the word.
Okay, so tell me, when did you start real estate and what made you choose this path?
I was in college. I was 20 years old. I changed my degree 3 times, and I ended up with a fine arts degree, and then my brother got his license, and I ended up he got his broker license, and I ended up being a broker assistant for many years. And that's kind of how I started. I did work as a loan officer back in 2006, 2007, so I went through the crash.
Yes, we talked about that earlier. Yeah.
So I went from like having 12 closings one month to having like 2. But then I ended up working as a taxi driver to make ends meet. But you know, did that for a couple of years. I started doing credit repair as well. I worked for a title company preparing documents many years ago as well. So I've done a little bit of all the areas that have to do with transacting a real estate transaction, right? I kind of know a little bit of everything, or a lot of about everything.
Which makes you a very unique agent because you are privy to so many different things that happens in a real estate transaction, and that's like the lending, that's also the title. You're talking about residential, obviously that's where you started, but not commercial. So I feel like, you're like, what do they call, a double thread or triple thread?
Yeah, well, I've been called a powerhouse. I don't feel like a powerhouse, but I've been called a seasoned agent as well. But I will say I am in the top 5%, so I'm proud to say that because you can see the numbers, right? But I'm pushing to be on the top 1% this year.
Amazing. What has been your biggest professional milestone that you've reached so far yet?
For me, my biggest milestone recently in the past few years has been having a relationship with God. So I would say that has helped my business personally. Another milestone, I will say, more on the professional side, is getting my feet wet into commercial. I've always done commercial on the smaller side, but since I joined White House Global Properties, they've given me the opportunity to be able to, expose myself to bigger deals, $1 million deals. And I would say, as of today, that's another big milestone for me.
So what do you wish you knew when you first started?
The real estate industry has so many ways of making money, right? So you can go from your typical, buyer representation, seller representation, commercial, obviously. You can do wholesaling. There's so much out there that you can do. But I think that I wish I would have liked to be introduced to investing, more on the investing side versus the service side. I did entertain flips when I was younger. At some point I had up to 12 properties. I soon realized that I was not a good landlord. People would come and cry that they didn't have money to pay their rent. And then I ended up with 6 months and, out the pocket and eviction processes, right? Fees, attorneys and all that. So not that type of investment, like as a landlord. I'm not a good landlord for my pockets. I would say more like investing in new construction. And that's what I'm getting my feet wet into in 2026.
So Alberto, you have all this experience in real estate. What would be like the tips you would give to agents starting out these days in this market?
So something that I see a lot, because I'm also a team leader and I've trained a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, let's say like about 7, top producers and the past few years. I want to say that taking responsibility, I think it's the biggest factor. That's something that agents today in general don't do. I'll give you an example. I expect the title company to do this and this and this because that's the title company's job. And that's true. I expect the loan officer to do this and this and this because that's the loan officer's job. And that is true. But as a real estate agent, we are supposed to know the process for every single, transaction that we close on, right? We have to know the process. So taking the responsibility as if it's your job to do it as a real estate agent, that gets you to the closing table. If I sit and wait for the title company to do things, I'm going to sit and wait and probably not get to the title to the closing table. If I sit and wait for loan officers to do what they're supposed to, they're probably not going to do it within time, and then I'm going to have to be requesting extensions, right? The same with listing agents. And so take the responsibility, learn the process, and remember that you as the realtor representing your client, whether it's your fault or not, you are 100% responsible for whatever goes wrong. So if you take that mentality, you're going to make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to within a timely manner. And that's going to get you to the closing table, because I'm going to tell you a secret that a lot of people don't talk about. 1 out of 5 transactions don't make it to the closing table. They bust out, and that's because there's over 50 people working on a transaction or more to take you to the closing table. Somebody's going to slip.
There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen sometimes.
There you go. Yeah, so you have to be the one, because that is our authority as real estate agents. We are the ones that direct the orchestra. So make sure you know the process and make sure you take 100% responsibility for your transaction and your client.
Accountability, which is one of our core values.
Accountability, yes.
So yeah, Alberto, I know we met late last year, towards the end of last year, and we started, talking and working with White House Global. But what made you start working with us?
So actually, you had worked with another 2 of my colleagues, Penny and Marlon.
Right.
And then they suggested that we, work with Patten. Let's try them out, So I said, okay, I'll try Patten out. And then I came here one day, and then I was greeted very well with an espresso martini. Yeah, and even though you guys are very, very charismatic people, it was actually the espresso martini that got me sold. But aside from that, I will say that Patten Title Memorial is very responsible. They deliver, they answer their phone, they send the emails, they pay on time. And when I say they pay on time, that's a big deal for us agents, because a lot of times title companies are, if we don't get the CDA 20 hours before, we're cutting a check, and So, but here with you guys, it's always been a smooth process. If there's an issue, it gets resolved, it gets fixed, Like we were talking about a transaction earlier,
Yes.
right? And she said something very important. She said, I'm a problem solver. And I'm also a problem solver. So I want to work with people that are problem solvers, because that gets us to the closing table. At the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters. Getting to the closing table and giving our clients the results that they want and they need.
For sure. I think that I myself like to look at each transaction as like we're a team of individuals working together towards the same goal. And that's with like the listing agent, the buyer's agent, the lenders, any transaction, we're all working towards the same goal, and that's to getting the transaction closed, while also giving great customer service. But also, if any issues are coming up, we don't want the clients, which are their customers, the buyers or the sellers, to feel it. It's like we can just put out fires all day long and then still come here, and everybody will have that happy experience with the martini and as a celebration that I want people to feel and have every time they close a transaction.
Exactly. It is always a celebration when I close here, and I have to thank over here Patrick for that. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, by the way, I have a nickname for Patrick. I don't know if he knows it or not, but can I say it on camera?
Sure.
So I call him Silky Smooth. And that's because his hair is always on point. I don't know how do you get that hair to stay like that?
Well, Alberto, I can't give the secret, but I'll share it with you off camera. So yeah, we work with a lot of real estate agents in the market and in and out with a lot of brokerages. But one of the things that I noticed that really stood out with you, Alberto, is the fact that you are like, it could be just, a boring meeting or a matter that's like not really working in our favor. We're trying to solve a situation that's requires a lot of attention. It could be stressful, but you always have a positive take on it. You will either throw a joke or just really look at the positive side of things, and it's very true. And even like you would make a boring meeting into like you threw in that joke about the slick hair, and everybody started laughing, and then you just broke the ice. So I think Alberto has that. It comes natural to him without even trying. The fact that he can communicate with people on a human level without putting the stress of the issue on top of the communication. So he's a problem solver, not a stressed person. Like he knows it, he's got it.
And I will add, like, you are very hands-on in your transaction, because there are some agents that unfortunately, like you said, the title company has a job and like they rely, and that's true. But you know your client. There's things that happens that we just need to know, like, hey, my client is X, Y, and Z. Just know, prepare, and then we can move forward with like planning accordingly. But you're very hands-on, and you update us. We update you, which matters, which I think is what leads to really successful and smooth closing.
One thing I want to add also that stood out to Alberto is like every time we're talking, it's like he's talking about business. He's like, okay, I want to do this. I have this plan, and which is really like-minded with what Patten Title vision is really what can we do to improve, what can we do to get more successful, close more deals. So the conversation is very natural with Alberto. When we talk to you, it's like we're already on the same like-minded mindset, and I feel like it organically became natural, like working together with you. It feels like we've been working with you for years. We started late last year, but it feels like it's been years with you. So
I actually feel the same way with you guys. Thank you for that.
And we see your growth, and we see like this is just like the beginning for you.
I feel like every year is a new beginning.
Yeah.
The goals that you set are incredible, and they're showing. Like we're noticing all the transactions that you've been bringing and all the clients that are happy to work with you, and those are lifetime clients that you have.
Thank you. Yeah, I will say like 9 out of 10 of my clients are actually referral based. Even though I do try to be present in social media. I don't have such a big following, but I do get a lot of referrals, and that I've been told is a good thing. I also have a nickname on the side. A few people call me that, but a few people don't like to call me that. I don't know why, but it's Mr. ABC. Always be closing. Yeah.
That's a very good one. We need to make a plaque on that one.
Mr. ABC.
Yeah. So, but it's catching on.
I like it. Funny thing, we were doing a presentation at White House Global Office, and Alberto came in and sat down. I was presenting, and Alberto raised his hand, and of course, I'm presenting to the team and thinking about all that. A little bit nervous. It's a new team, and then you raise your hand and you're like, Patrick, I have a question. I was like, yeah, what? And he was like, what did you do to your hair to make it look that sleek? And then I just laughed, and everybody started laughing. And then it just kind of broke the ice. And then from there, like the momentum of that meeting just kind of became relaxed, and people were talking and joking.
You became comfortable. He made that.
He made me feel very comfortable by breaking that official, like that, the ice is what they
Did
call
you
it.
notice he was uncomfortable?
He was sweating a little, so I said, let me throw a joke in there. Let me see what I can do. And I said, I scanned him, and I was like, it's the hair.
It's the hair.
It's the hair.
You know what, guys? Like, out of all that room, you're the one that stood out to me, and that's part of your natural ability to connect with people and communicate with them. So that's a lot. It's not something you can learn. It's something that you have within you. You're not trying to do that.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you.
course.
I appreciate it.
I agree. Okay, so we've talked about your milestones and how you started, all your experience in different aspects of the industry. What is next for you? We talked about commercial, but what is next? What is 2026? What do you have planned?
Fortunately for me, I connected with Manuel Martinez, shout out to Manuel.
Shout out to Manuel.
He's actually been working with new construction. He has a lot of new construction clients, but I want to start investing in new construction this year. I actually have a deal working that I've already invested. It's kind of like a pilot program kind of deal with a friend, but I see myself doing joint ventures with a handful of people this year in new construction, specifically in multifamily, like duplex and fourplex. Yeah, and I was inspired by Manuel to do that because he's doing it with other clients, himself as well. So I will say that that is my new goal moving forward. Yeah.
So I just want to really thank you for being here with us today and taking a moment to do this. I know you're so busy and your phone is ringing all the time, and you took time out of your day to be here. And I just wanted to let you know how much we appreciate you and how excited we are to work with you over the next years and years.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a long-term relationship. So high five to that. Yeah. There, high five to that.
Yeah.
So I really, again, enjoy working with Patten Title Memorial, especially. And I will say that moving forward, I will bring more higher transactions for you.
Well,
higher number of transactions for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't feel obligated to do it. I want to do it, because you guys are amazing.
Yes.
The process with you guys is always like so smooth, like your hair.
Yes. No. Well, again, thank you for doing this. I've gotten to know you a lot more, just like talking and having this conversation, which is like why I love to do this, like having a cocktail and just like talking about our history and our past. So it was really nice to
Thank you.
get to know you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for nominating me. I was not expecting this. I'm usually like not the nominee type of guy, but
You are, in Patten Title, you are.
2026 is a new year.
Exactly. There we go.